Hello, good afternoon students. Jai Sanskar. So now we reach the lesson number 11 of our science subject, and that is about the light, shadow and reflection. Let's read and understand this chapter. Let's start this. We see so many objects around us, colorful and different. On the way to school, we see things like a bus, cars, cycles, trees, animals and sometimes flowers. How do you think we see all these objects? See, when we are just coming to the school and even it is by walking, then it is really enjoyable to see the things which is around us. The surroundings, we definitely enjoy the surroundings around us, like trees, car, bicycle and whatever the activities is going on, we really like to enjoy to see it. What do you think? Then how can you see this object? Of course, you can see this object due to the sunlight. Think of the same place at night. This time, if it is were completely dark, what will you see? Suppose you go inside a completely dark room. Are you able to see any object in the room? See, suppose that you are going to the same way, like you are coming to school. Can you see? If it is night, જો રાત હોય તો તમે એને જોઈ શકો? Of course not. This is little difficult to see. Or else you just enter into the dark room which doesn't have any light. Can you see that? Of course not. You really need to switch on the light and then you can see the object around yourself. But when you light a candle or a torch, you can see those objects present in the room, isn't it? Yes. Without light, the things cannot be seen. Like light help us to see object. See, if you enter into the classroom, you can see the things only when you switch on the light, or you can light a candle. But if you are not having any candle or you haven't switched on the light, you cannot see any object. So this way you can understand that the light is the one through which you can see the object. The torch bulb is an object that gives out a light of its own. The sun is another familiar object that gives its own light during the day. It is a light allow us to see the object. Objects like the sun that give or emit the light of their own are called luminous objects. So, from this, basically from all the examples, you get to know that there is a light which falls on the object, and that's why the all objects just illuminate. So all the things are illuminate, or you can say that prakashit thai che due to the light. But there is a sun which is self-illuminate, so that is called luminate object. What about the object like a chair, painting or shoes? We see this when the light and luminous object like a torch, sun, electric bulb, etc. falls on this and then travels through our eyes. See what happened, guys? When we suppose I am putting this book on my hand, and if I will switch off the light and the room is completely dark, so I cannot see this book. When the light falls on, I will switch on the light. When light falls on this, then what happens? It just travels and enters into my eyes, and then I can see the books. So it is working like that. 11.1 Transparent, opaque and translucent object. This is very simple, very simple. We call our grouping object as a opaque, transparent and translucent. See, we can group the objects in a transparent, translucent and opaque. What is transparent? Let's see and understand. In the chapter 4, if we cannot see through an object at all, it is opaque object. See, suppose that this is a book, and if I will keep this book like this, so I cannot see beyond this book. A book ni pele par શું છે? I cannot see that. Why? Because it has stopped the light that is enter into my eyes. જે લાઇટ છે જે ઓબ્જેક્ટ ઉપર પડે છે અને ઓબ્જેક્ટને હું મારી આઈસથી જોઈ શકું છું, તો એ લાઇટને એને ઓપેક કરી દીધું છે, એટલે કે સ્ટોપ કરી દીધું છે. So I cannot see through this book. If you are able to see clearly through an object, it is allowing light to pass through it and is transparent. Suppose that if see, the best example of transparent object is my spectacles. See, spectacle is also an object which is between the object and my eyes. So spectacle is a transparent. There are some objects through which we can see but not very clearly. Such objects are known as translucent. Still there are some objects. Suppose that I am walking and the water falls on my spectacles. Can I be able to see the things which is just beyond my spectacles? Of course I can see, but I cannot see it clearly. જો વરસાદના ટીપા or water falls on my spectacles તો શું થશે તો કે એક ટ્રાન્સલ્યુશન્ટ સિચ્યુએશન ક્રિએટ થશે જેના કારણે હું મારા સ્પેક્ટેકલ્સની પહેલે પાર નહીં જોઈ શકું. Still, we'll perform an activity and understand this betterly. Let us perform an activity. Activity 1. Look around you and collect many objects as you can. An eraser and plastic and scale and pencil and notebook, single sheet of paper, tracing paper or a piece of cloth. Try to locate something far away through each of this object. Is light from a far away object able to travel to your eyes through any of the object? See, now to understand this situation betterly, take the pencil, eraser, sharpener, whatever is just you can see around yourself. Just take it one by one. Just put it in front of your eyes. You can see that. Can you see just beyond that particular things or from that things? If it is yes, then it is transparent. If it is no, then it is that is opaque. And if you can see little bit, then it is translucent. Record your observation in table as shown in table 11.1. We see that the given object or a material could be transparent, translucent or opaque depending on whether it is allowed light to pass through it completely or partially or not at all. So this is just depend on the materialism of the object. If it is opaque, then light cannot pass through it. As we have taken example, suppose that I have taken the pencil, I cannot see beyond it, so it is opaque. Rubber ball, cannot see, then opaque. Sheet of writing paper, see, if I'm just taking whole book, I cannot see beyond it, but if I will take the only sheet of paper, if I will keeping like this, then I can see little bit. So not very sure, or it is translucent. So what do you learn from this point? You learn from this point that the light falls on the object, it travels to our eyes, then we can see that particular object. So here the 11.1 is over.